Hi guys, how we doing? I'm sorry this has got nothing to do with gardening because where I'm living right now it's like, the middle of winter, so there's not much I can do in the garden. But what I thought we'd do is show you something else. The price of things going up, even Chinese meals. I thought I would show you how I make my sweet and sour sauce, and this is really quite dirt cheap and really nice. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need a cup of tomato ketchup, a cup of vinegar, a cup of sugar, and 4 tablespoons of cornflour, and 1 cup of water. And then you put it all in a pot with a wee bit of salt, and you mix it together, and I'll get back to you when we get to that part. Okay, as you can see in here, I've put in a cup of water, a cup of vinegar, a cup of tomato ketchup, a cup of sugar, and 4 tablespoons of cornflour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring all this together, and it's under a medium heat. So you whisk it all together. You can see it looks like a plate of tomato soup, a pot of tomato soup. But just wait, keep stirring it. And you bring this to the boil. I need to break it. I can feel a lump of cornflour that didn't. So I'm trying to oh, found it. Now you bring it to the boil, and then I'll come back to you when we get to that stage, because that's when it starts to change. As you can see, as we get further on, it gets a little paler, and that's it all mixed in. Now you can walk away and leave this if you like to come to the boil, but I like to make sure that it doesn't stick, so I keep stirring it with a whisk. And it's starting to thicken up now. The cornflour's starting to kick in. It's getting a wee bit thicker. Now what you've got to remember is this, look at the amount, there is a lot. So this will do more than one meal, and I know with all the sugar and whatnot, it's not a healthy option, but with the price of things going the way things are going now, it's actually a cheaper option. I used to make my own chicken, because the worst thing, in my opinion, about sweet and sour chicken, well, up here in Scotland anyway, is they wrap a small piece of chicken in hundreds of dough and then fry it in really hot oil. So basically what you're eating is fried dough with the wee bonus of a chicken. So I used to make my own chicken, which would be a 41 cornflour, 4 cornflour and 1 plain flour, and then I would mix it with water. I would put it in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then I would fry the chicken. But we found out that Fan Foods, of all places, which I basically used to refuse to shop in, Fan Foods does 3 bags of chicken tenders for £10, and you get roughly 12 chicken tenders in each bag. So 1 bag does me and the wife, which is 6 each, with the sweet and sour sauce and a bag of boiled rice. You're talking about, what's that, say £1.50 for the chicken each, and this sauce, I would say, costs 50p each, say, so there's £2. £2 and a wee bag of rice, or however you cook your rice. So you're talking about £2.50 for a Chinese meal. Now it's starting to thicken up. So when it gets to this stage, I add a wee pinch of table salt, and I turn over to the wooden spoon. Now you can see it's starting to change. It's getting thicker and it's becoming transparent. And it's now coming to the boil. I can see the boil. If you leave it, see the bubbles coming? So that's when I turn it down. And I will simmer this for roughly about 5 minutes or so, and it will become even more clearer. I will then taste it, but be very careful when you taste it. Make sure you cool it down, because there is sugar in there. And if it's too sweet, I will add more vinegar. If it's too sour, I will add more sugar or tomato ketchup, depending on what I prefer. And you can do the same to get it to it's how you like it. So if it's too sour, add more sugar. If it's too sweet, add a wee bit more vinegar and keep tasting as it goes along. Now, what happens here is, with this, I basically fill up some tubs. I'll go and get them. These wee tubs. We've got them, and I fill roughly 10 of them for my mother-in-law. No, well, half fill them, half fill them for my mother-in-law, because she lives on this stuff. That's the real reason I make it. So we get 10 of those wee tubs, half filled for the mother-in-law. We have our dinner, sweet and sour, and there's also enough to freeze, because it freezes great. The mother-in-law freezes her tubs, and I freeze. It's really hard to work out. Maybe the mother-in-law gets 10 of those wee tubs half filled, and we'll maybe get 2 cups of sauce left over. So we'll use 1 cup for our dinner, and then we'll freeze the other cup. And that's how I make, that's how I make my sweet and sour sauce. And as I said, it freezes well, so you could have like 5 or 6 of these tubs filled in the freezer. And you've also sweet and sour sauce. If you ever feel hungry one night, you know, a bit peckish, get some chicken, defrost your sweet and sour sauce in the microwave, and you've got sweet and sour chicken. So, I'm sorry that it's not a gardening video. I just thought I would show that anyway. Anyway, hopefully the next video will be all to do with gardening and something a wee bit more healthy than this. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye now.